Okay, this is for an LG dishwasher that's giving you the code FE. First thing you're going to need to do is just get the power disconnected to it. That panel just lifts out. Let's take out this piece of noise insulation. After that, you need to take off how it's mounted to the cabinet. Just unscrew whatever mounting screws you have there. Okay, now you're ready to pull it out. So just grab the whole unit and pull it straight out. As the unit's coming out, you want to look for this assembly right here. This is where we're going to end up. This goes through to the inside, and you need to disconnect it from there. We'll come back to that in a minute. Now that the bottom rack's out, that's the part that's on the other side of that needs to come out, and it just unthreads. Rotate it out, it'll spin out and come off, no problem. That allows this to separate. What we're going for is the floats that are inside of here that set the fill level. You can see there's a water level here. You can see all the dirt and stuff in there. This cover hooks in here and then just lifts off. I just slide it back and lift it off, and there's the two micro switches that set the float. You can see that the water level is here, but the float is down here. Next, you just want to separate this from this, and just pop the little clip right here. There. Come apart, and now you can move this piece out. Also going to have to undo this wire tie, and I take off this clamp for the hose, and then the whole assembly can come off in your hand. Okay, that's off, and we're just going to remove this hose clamp. It's hard to see in there. Push it back. I'll show you when I get it out here. Okay, so before you undo the clamp, get as much of the water out of the inside as you can. So you can see now the float level is down to low, because whatever water is left in the bottom is going to come shooting out of that hose. So I should have very little left. So when I pull it off now, you can see the hose where it's going to come off, and there'll probably be a little bit of water. Yeah, we'll just turn that up. So get it to stay up in there while we mess with this. You can see all the gook that's in there that's probably causing this float not to work. Go ahead and pull these off. Get both the connectors off, and now we have the float assembly where we can work on it and clean all that gunk out of there. Okay, so once it's pried up, you'll be able to see. Here's the actuators for the floats, and there's the floats themselves. And you can see there's some gook in there that's apparently not letting it work properly. So I'm just going to clean this out, and then we'll test it and then put it back, and our FE should be gone. Okay, so that's what's inside. Dump it out. You can see, you can feel it sticky. Sticky, it's almost no mystery why it's hanging up, right? Something got in there that caused it. So we'll clean that off, and hopefully that'll sort it out. Okay, so you can see them both in there. No longer sticky. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the water on. Plug up this hole and see if they float. and they do. Okay? So we should no longer have a problem. Okay, so first step, just put this back on. Make sure the one with the long rod goes in the big one. I think it can only go in one way. Then just snap the connectors on and reattach the hose underneath. Okay, put your wire back through there. Twist that up. Keep those guys tight. Next, you're going to put this back in. Okay, so you'll know it's in. That little tube goes into the hole in that cover, and then that little clip comes in. Sometimes you have to actually hold this little clip back to get it to go on. Then all you're going to do is put the cover back on here and slide this guy back in. Okay, so the cover's back on, the little tab's locked in there, and now we're just going to take that hole, line it up to that, and screw the piece in from the inside. One side note, make sure that you can see that that gasket is actually sealed up against there, otherwise when this fills up it will leak. So that looks good there. That hose is on good and tight. That's in. Floats are all set, covers on, good to go. Okay, and then these guys here, tighten that last one there, and this one here, and let's see, power, okay, no error. Give it the test and make sure, but I'm sure it's fine.